I personally see it a lot. I want to see myself how I'm sliding or I'm running. I may be big, but I'm out there, diving.
I mean, you are tactical fat
Like
man out there. I mean, that is the
exactly,
hashtag that follows you around.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
And
like
so,
DJ said last time, I'm a big guy, but I'll still dare to go into that snake. I don't care, I'm a slide in there if I have to. I'm not scared of doing that. So, you know, as a big guy, that's my thing. I'm trying to get my game better, see what spots, since there's a few spots that could cover me. I know James too. We're two of the biggest guys that play SpeedQB, so it's hard for us to find cover. Usually it's plexi or the back covers, but
Just like paintball, right?
yeah, but I try to play alley sometimes, or I'll try to play snake middle for a good while before the Caesar, I call it the Caesar rule, the hitting the bunker, because once you put that rule, I had to stop going in the middle because I kept on hitting that.
Not into bunkers, up to bunkers.
So I had to switch my game because of that rule, but at least for me, that's what I take from the SpeedQV videos,
Good.
Yeah, so coming into the tournament, between me and the rest of the guys on our team, we just try to keep a confident mentality at all times, pretty much. Lately, we've been trying to just get more games publicly. That way we can just maximize our play time together and just try to build our team chemistry, which is really important on the field. But as in the coming months and the past months, we've just been trying to sharpen our blades pretty much. We feel like our team chemistry is good. Could use a little bit of tweaks here and there, but we feel like right now we're just trying to really solidify our positions, make sure everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and just be ready at all times. But we're kind of trying to avoid trying new things because there's only like a couple months.
Right.
By now it's only less than 6 weeks or something like that between the actual tournament.
We're getting close.
So yeah, we're not trying to try anything new at this point, mainly because you don't want to be trying anything new on the day of the tournament and end up being a flop. So
It's
we're
funny,
just
like with MMA training, they talk about, say, you guys have training camps in there for 6 weeks to 9 weeks right in there, and a lot of fighters are going away from trying to. They focus almost 100% on gas tank,
right.
because they're not going to learn. They're already professional fighters. They're not going to learn any brand new technique within 6 weeks. So why waste that time? Work on gas tank so that whatever you already know in your head, you can actually utilize as
Exactly.
as opposed to being like this.
Mm-hmm.
The new stuff you learn the other part of the year,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
That's good.
Beginning of the year.
Don't waste your time on
Yep.
experimental.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what we've been trying to do lately. Just really sharpen our blades and just come correct at the tournament without having to mess up.
So Caesar talked a little bit about it, and I want to know your guys' kind of roles and everything on the team. So I see we're handing the microphone back this way and just can go through the circle. It's cool. But for James, what's your role on team? You rifleman, pistolman. We talked about it a little bit last week. But what are you doing for the team out there?
I do rifle all the time. It's just I try to do pistol, but they said since I'm too big, I can't do it.
Okay.
I don't know. I try to run pistol as much as I can, but I can't. I just run rifle a lot. It's kind of fun.
What I find kind of interesting is in paintball, all the guns are the same. So your position is not based on the weapon; it's based on position on field, back, mid, front, right? And Speed QB, it's that too, but also it's the type of gun that you have. It's kind of interesting. I like that. It's unique into itself.
Caesar, you were saying you get into the snake if you need to, but is that your position? Are you a snake man? Or?
Well, originally from the first tournament, I was X guy.
Okay.
I was the one going to the X, but then
That's a big target going to the X. I mean, that seems like it might be an easy kill.
I would actually get there and get the flag though.
Okay, all right.
That's the fun part. Just that my thing was that I'll hit the bunker and I'll knock the other guy down on the other side when I was sliding. So I'm originally been a pistol guy since I started. I had a rifle probably for like a week, but then I switched to pistol, and I've been a pistol guy ever since. But recently I got into rifle, kind of getting a little bit older too. So my game's kind of been switching. So I ended up getting a rifle, a Polestar, and I actually run both guns during the game. And I've played back, and if I have to drop my rifle and do something fast, I'll just drop the rifle, pull out the pistol, and go with the pistol. So I've done that a couple of times during speed QB practices.
So kind of a unique situation. We're running both on there, but you're basically one at a time. You're not transitioning if you're out of mags or anything. You're
If
kind of
I haven't had to transition because I run out of ammo because I usually try to take my shots. But like last speed QB, there was
Practice
an
day,
incident
yeah.
where I was in the back, and my guys were all out already, so I had to kind of do a quick decision. Either do I stay in the back, get bunkered, or do I move up and try to do something? So I dropped my gun and, pulled out the pistol, try to do something. I think I took one guy out and then before I got shot. But, it was a decision. Do I get bunkered or do I try to do something? So that's when that came in,
And Jason, what's your role out there on the field?
I'm primarily a pistol player. I actually sold my rifle and all my other guns just strictly so I could play
Limit
pistols.
yourself, right?
Yeah.
Get good at
But
one.
yeah, I'm a pistol player, which means I basically am like kind of like a pusher, more on like the offensive side. But I try to be versatile between my roles. Like if I need to stay back a little bit, I will. But I'm primarily the one that kind of pushes for the play, kind of try to control the pace of the game. So that's pretty much what I try to do on the field.
Okay. What are your thoughts as this sport's growing the way it is and how quickly it's growing? This tournament, we have multiple teams coming from out of state. We might have some teams coming out from out of country. So I know they're working on a couple things like their visa to actually be able to make it out here. But that's a possibility. With the sport growing as big as it is, you guys are almost kind of going to be the veterans of the sport because you guys were the ones who did it here first at Tac City before it grew to what it is now. But what do you guys think about the overall growth of what this can be and what it is becoming?
I think it's mind-blowing, man, to be honest. Like, just about, like, 3-4 years ago, the sport was, like, super small. It was, like, really community-based, just within the city or within the area. But now it's international, man, Like, as a player who doesn't get too many foreigners out here, it's dope to see that, there's a chance I will be able to get to play people from all over the world. And honestly, as a player, that's what you should want. You want to be able to play against as many people so you can get as
See
good
if
as
you really are good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not just within the community.
An equivalent in paintball, they have the World Cup where 100 teams from around the world, literally around the world, show up. We're not there yet, but it's always, at least in the paintball days, it was always nice to know, like, it was a good barometer, like how not just your team, but just U.S. teams versus teams in England or Brazil, whatever. Like, how's the U.S. doing, right? Are we still the ones to chase, right? But it's because like in Airsoft right now, we're talking to UK, New Zealand, Japan.
Yeah, it blew me away when I had someone from Japan message me on how we set up our streaming stuff because they want to do the same thing out there. And I'm going.
I had a guy from the Netherlands come in today, this week, to talk about wants to. So
it's so crazy because I mean I get to be the guy who stands up on a platform that announces for you guys and talks about you guys, and it's awesome to see. But then to see that my voice is carrying to people across the world to help push you guys out there and make this sport big, it's crazy when these people reach out. And so I can only imagine it's 10 times more for you guys that are actually playing and go to another field and someone recognizes you from another field from one of your highlight videos or something. I think that's so cool. But Caesar, what's your thought about it, the overall growth and everything going on?
It's pretty crazy. I seen Arizona has their own speed QB tournament now. Oregon, I think they're running their
Airsoft
own.
in Atlanta, I think Rhode
Atlanta,
Island's doing
and then
something.
the guys over there from was it Quick Strike, some Japan.
You have
USA, right? Those guys out there, playing.
You have
playing out there.
Outcasts in New Zealand that's doing their thing.
Yeah, so that's crazy, and still, as a ex-Muslim, speed player,
Yeah.
I sometimes find it funny when like Muslim players are like, oh, here comes like, when I go play HSP, like, oh, here comes
Speed softer kind of, yeah.
But,
It's got that
like,
bad rap
yeah,
kind
it's
of
like
thing.
a bad rap. I'm like, it's not bad.
They're
It's
jealous. They're jealous.
it's the style of play, like if I want to play slow, I'll play slow. If I want to play fast, I'll play fast.
The funny part, I've been to both. I've been to the speed soft side. I've been to the milsim side. I've been to big ops. I've been to small events. Everyone complains about everybody. It's just kind of the nature of the sport, and
it's just part, people egos. You're like, oh, who's better? But at the end of the day, we're out here, slinging plastic.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's crazy how speed QB is going. to all these other places, So I can't wait to see what later on in the future. I might not be playing, but we'll see. We'll see. How it gets, but
Yeah.
as one of the original teams that started Speed QB, that's pretty dope though.
Yeah. And James, because you're pretty new to the whole scene of Speed QB, and like you haven't really been there from the start of it, but you have seen a huge growth even in this year of what it is. What does it mean for you as a player at your younger age as well to kind of be like, hey, this is something that could be a future for me?
I think it's amazing, like how everything is growing, and all the other fields around the world are just like having their own Speed QB. We went to the one in Arizona, and
I was gonna say you guys went. Did you make it out there? Or okay, you were able to make it out there.
Me, our leader Mickey, and his brother Scott. All three of us went. It was fun. But the field was small, so it was like a 3v3. It was meant for 3v3, but they had 5 people.
Okay.
And we want to go to Atlanta, but we were kind of tight on money at the time.
Yeah.
So we can't. But we try to make it to every Speed QB like around the states as we can. But I like to see.
So
it
let
grow.
me know when you guys have plans or trying to go to other fields for Speed QB branded.
Yeah.
Let me know. I can reach out to those owners to see if maybe they can comp your entries. Something.
Try to figure
Let me
something
know.
out because we want to see the sport grow as well.
And they do
so-
too. And I can always reach out, because I'm reaching out to them as well. Their team's traveling out this way. I'll do the same. So it helps.
That's cool.
Yeah, so definitely that's we love that you guys are willing to go out to these events and go out and grow the sport, because that just puts Tech City and Speed QB on the map as well, because we are the home of Speed QB. That's what it is. That's kind of how it goes. It all started through one of those situations here with Speed QB and all the local teams that played here, and so it's really cool to be part of it and see it continue to grow. And I want to do the same thing. I want to get out to all these different fields that are having these events. I want to see the teams out there. But I want to ask you, what was the reaction from the players out there, when you actually showed up on their front door and going, hey, we're here to play Speed QB? What was that like?
They're all excited to see us and all that.
You're like little mini celebrities
Did they
then,
have
right?
lots of questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I bet I had lots.
Some of them were
questions.
trying to what was it? They said they're gonna come down and play with us and all that. And we talked to Operation Takedown. We talked to one of the teams over there, AR Revolution, and they talked us into going to it. So we went. It was fun. It was amazing. A lot of
Nice.
people.
Cool.
Yeah, I got up to CQB City, and some of the guys up there, their teams, they were asking, have you guys played with LTD? Have you guys played with SYG? I'm like, yeah, they're our local teams. We played with them. They're all great guys. So it's one of those things. It's really funny that when you get out there and these teams are recognized, and these teams, for what you guys put out there on social media, it's growing that stuff, and there's people watching it. It's really cool to see, and it's really cool that you guys are putting the effort into it. But going into tournament, what do you remember? What Legacy placed last year in tournament?
We didn't play.
Oh, you guys didn't play you just played in the March tournament.
Yeah, we got in after the tournament.
After the tournament?
Yeah.
No, so you missed that. And so you guys jumped into the March tournament, got into that. Do you guys remember what you placed on the March tournament wise?
I think it was 6.
6? Okay. May
6 or
something like
top
that.
10 though, for sure.
Yeah.
Top 10. Caesar, do you remember where you guys placed from the last tournament?
I think last tournament, I want to say
We should get that list from the broadcast.
I know.
I'm not
Keep
sure.
fired,
You
Derek.
should probably have that information, right?
I'm not sure exactly. I think it was probably 11th or 12th on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the seeding tournament, I think we were tied for 11th place. So it was there was 4 teams tied for 11th place. So
Kind of middle of the pack.
somewhere from 11 to 14, I guess.
Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in that range.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then
so-
Union, where do you guys place?
At the seeding tournament, we placed 5th place, I believe, right under 1S, I think.
Okay.
And then the very first tournament, we got like 12th, I think.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. So definitely there's room to grow. There's definitely things that you guys are going to be doing differently coming around. What is your biggest challenge going into this tournament? What do you think you guys are really going to be facing as a challenge?
Let's see. Definitely, just trying to have enough energy. We're gonna be playing a lot of games.
Long day.
Long
It's gonna be a
day.
long day.
Yeah. You only come out to Speaky B for a couple hours,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to adjust to that. But really, it's just gonna be trying to strategize against all the other teams, and just trying to avoid those mental blocks. Yeah.
Question.
What challenges do you see going into this tournament?
Damn, for us, I don't know, but recently I've been noticing this a lot is you shoot a player and they'll shoot right back after.
Okay.
So that's one thing that's been kind of
it's
affecting the game a little bit, I think. You know,
Okay.
so that's one of the things that we're trying to adjust is like make sure that when we shoot someone, you don't get shot back, right? You know, right
Yeah,
after. You
okay.
know, you're in good cover because I've been seeing that, you know, lately. So
the flip side to that, or one of the things that would be tough. I mean, if you shot a guy and you know you shot him first, and then he turns around and shoots you, meaning going out at that point, right?
yeah, so right there, either
You have to, so you're gonna. I mean, it's a trust issue. It really is. Like you have to trust that we saw that no call, so that when you walk out, it doesn't matter that you walked out. Even if
Exactly.
they hang the flag, because that no call cost them that game automatically.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's got to be like because if we didn't catch that, but then we catch you know the person who's trying to retaliate, you know, not calling, it could go the other way too.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So that's one of the things that you have to
it's a
kind
tough
of either,
one.
like
Yeah.
give the 5 points up, and you know hopefully the refs see the the penalty or. But,
What I always tell people about the reffing is that we may not see everything, and we're going to try to have enough coverage. We're going to have a lot more refs, obviously, for the tournament. But what we do call will be legit. So that's kind of where we're at, because I don't care what sport, at what level. I don't care if it's NFL. I don't care what it is. No matter how many refs and officiating you have, you won't be able to see everything. But if you do call something, make sure it's correct. That's the main thing we're going to focus on. So
exactly.
but that is a tough situation. I don't know how I'd react either. Like if I shot that guy first,
I've got it to the point where I'm like, oh,
do I want to chance
like,
that, right? Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. The thing we have to look out for is like just no calling, because like when I get a shot on my pig, I don't hear or feel it sometimes, so I gotta like practice on that. So I told every now and then I tell my team to shoot me in the back or shoot me in the front, because I need to learn how to hear it.
Hey, it's a great way to go about it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Is that a little weird?
Yeah.
You know, when it hits
Yeah.
you know, it has
Well,
a certain
thud
sound.
to
The
it. Yeah.
penalty's so severe.
Yeah.
So
We have to do that, right? I mean,
And
Yeah.
sometimes you're stuck with, is it a ricochet or you know?
It's true.
So sometimes you're like, damn, what is it?
What
you
I
know?
do, what I do.
What
Yeah.
Should I call it?
well,
When in doubt, call
I
yourself
get
out.
emails and things about about penalties and speak QB, and I tell well, what about no calls? I said, what I could tell you right now, at least since we implemented that so absolute no call penalty, that when we do have no calls, I would guess to say if not all, almost most of them are because they didn't feel them, because they know they don't want to know that they got hit and play on. I mean, it's because it's so severe, they don't want to take that chance. So when we do have a no call, it's usually not all the time, usually because they didn't feel it, which is what we want. We want them to be very aware as much as possible about calling their hits. Right? I think it's a good thing, but
With the future of Speed QB and the tournament coming up, what are you guys really hoping to see without the outcome of this tournament? Like, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see the future of this sport kind of grow into?
You wanna go?
that's a big question.
One of the things I noticed, I know a lot of paintball games, they usually have a clock, you know, telling you how much time you have during that match. I think that might be something that, you know, it might help out the players at the same time, because sometimes you don't know how much time you have left. Do I move up? Do I stay back?
It's funny
But,
you said
know.
that, because literally yesterday I was looking online at clocks.
Oh,
And then I was thinking, where exactly am I going to put it so that hopefully I was thinking about under us,
Under us,
because
kind of thing,
the
maybe.
spectators can see it as well.
exactly. Yeah.
But I was looking at
Because like that'll be something that's very helpful for all
Oh,
the
that
players.
could be
you know?
interesting if you did two in the middle, one facing each way. Like where over the X, like hanging down, that could be something too. Thinking in the
well,
middle.
That would be something
Yeah.
that could
But
help
at
a lot.
that point, then you have to. But if you get one under like where we're at, then
Everyone-
everyone
yeah,
can
at least,
Everyone, yeah.
at least when you're playing, you're like, oh, you know, I
Yeah,
can
you know
where it's
that
at.
look, you know,
Yeah.
because that's gonna help, you know, decide my game plan. You know, if I'm stuck on a 2v1, you know,
Yeah.
Have
The-
you guys, have you guys had any games? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but can you think of your individual teams if you've had games where time ran out on you?
yeah.
How often would you say that happens, or can you count on one hand?
Probably
or-
probably like in one hand, but you know, sometimes you're stuck in, like I said, on a 2v1, and you're trying to decide do I
What
run
move
up right
do I
now?
make? Yeah.
Do I, you know,
Right.
what should I do? And the time usually kind of
It's probably a bad feeling though, isn't it?
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, damn, am I running out of time, or you know, am I gonna get bunkered, or
So
you know?
I will counter that, and we've mentioned it plenty of times on the broadcast for us up here watching. Stopwatches. A lot of you guys don't wear any kind of watch, any kind of timer,
But
something
what
like
do
that.
I say in the broadcast?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm telling you, this is like paintball mid-90s, right? It's like they will evolve to that point where they get, you know what, watches. Like I used to wear a watch. We used to have timers on the hoppers, all that stuff. But I had a watch, but I always did it the military way. I put the watch on the inside my wrist because I was like always like this. It was just a glance, right? Because I never wanted to take my eyes off the target and do this. This is an eternity, right? It helps, right? Or at least set it. I used to set it so it was, you know, because our games were like a lot longer than 3 minutes. I would set it like maybe 5 minutes before the actual time. So like, hey, you know what? It gets my attention. Our alarm go off or something. Hey, get off your ass and do something. You got 5 minutes to run the length of the field and back and take guys out. But I think my suggestion is you guys start doing that if it becomes an issue. I mean, if not, if you have like an internal clock in your head or, you know, I mean, we can do, like I said, I have no problem doing that. The clock, which we'll probably end
I
up
laughed
doing.
that you were just thinking about it, like you were looking it up,
You're
and
right,
then
you're right. It was
he's over here.
actually G&G makes one or sells one on the website that I was thinking about getting.
Oh, look at that! Someone's got one out there. So cool. G&G, if you're watching the show, hey,
have
think
a-
about
I think it
sponsoring
was like
one of those clocks over to us,
like
right?
a 6-digit and a 4-digit.
Okay, it's a timer one. Cool. So, and then for yourself over there, Jason, and for Union, like what do you want to see out of tournament, out of future kind of things going forward with this?
Definitely more out of towners. That's one thing I'm like really hoping for. I definitely want to see like people from around the state, across the country, overseas. That'd be really dope. We haven't had any out of towners like come to any of the scrimmages, so
Yeah.
that's something
For
I really
scaring them
want.
away.
I mean, honestly, I feel the challenge is there. I mean, we are the home of SpeakUV. We said it already, but I think we definitely have the most game here, and so I want to see a challenge from out of state. I want to see a challenge from out of country. I want to see how maybe other people are playing, and if
I think you're scared.
if it throws you
I'll
guys
put it out there.
a curveball, I want to see
They're
that.
scared.
But I don't know. I'm nothing against any of the
It's
teams.
friendly trash talk.
But
Come on.
it's one of those things. I LTD's still my top. I'm sorry, guys.
You ain't nothing till you win it out and win the belt.
They've
period.
got
End
that
of discussion, right?
for me right now, but I've seen so much growth in this past year. It could be the year that it could be anyone's game for sure. But I still have my money on them. I'm gonna be straight up honest with. They didn't pay me to say it. That's the way
I love those guys,
see it.
but and I'm sure some of them are listening. I love those guys, but it would be awesome if somebody else won. I don't care who.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would be great to see a different team up there. It'd be great to see someone else carry that belt for a whole year and
Not
have
to
those
mention
bragging
it, if
rights.
they lost, to see a hungry LTD team
Come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I know with some of their players, they're getting up in age. Their responsibility.
Oh, he went there.
Hold on.
went
I'm not
there.
throwing them under the bus. I'm saying
Sure
their
sound like it.
their responsibilities are changing as you get older, and so some of their focus
Nice
might
spin.
dwindle, kind of thing.
They're getting old. Is what he
I
said.
think I'm older than most of them
Send
out there.
your-
So
your hate mail to
hold on
Derek.
here. But I think that could be definitely one of those, like, is LTD2 going to be the team that takes over that? Or does the chemistry not there? Because if LTD1 does break apart at some point and doesn't have the same chemistry, which we all know, team chemistry is a huge dynamic in this sport, and how you're able to respond to the players
Here's
on
a
the team.
question for your three teams. Do you, because we talked earlier about how many, you guys are gonna have one team. You have one team signed up and you have a few subs. How close are you, or do you have plans on having a full second team? Do you have a lot of people that are prospecting, or I mean, how close are you to get like a full 10 that are committed, or is that even in the game plan?
Right now, we have 7 players on our team, 1 prospect, so that would be the 7th. But right now, we're just really trying to make sure that us as like the main players are good, like as we are right now.
Sure.
Because the last thing, or before we start bringing other people in, we want to make sure that
Your core is solid.
exactly our
Yeah.
core is solid and that we're not just bringing people in just for the heck of it. So, but yeah, right now we only have 7 players. Maybe somewhere down the line we will have a full 10 though.
Because I get a lot of emails and a lot of questions about how do I join a SpeedQB team, right? Because that's a good question to get a lot of, because that tells us there's a lot of solo players out there that they want to be part of this, but they don't have 4 other guys, right? So just
For Black Sheep, we are actually 19 members.
oy,
But like Derek said, the original 10 members, let's say, they all grew up. They got, they
Responsibilities,
got kids,
yeah,
college,
it's
stuff
grew
like that.
up.
So
you can't play as
so they
often
can't
as
play
you
as
like.
often.
It's one of those things
as I
that
say,
happens.
real life gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
exactly. From the original team, I think I'm the only one still playing from the original.
It's sometimes hard to pretend to shoot people and on your weekends. It happens
Yeah,
with
so,
that
You
situation.
justify that
yeah.
to the wife or the girlfriend,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, right?
Yeah, so
And
right now, actually, that are actively playing, we have, I believe, 8
Okay.
or 9. So we are close to making a second team. But
Is that something that you would like to if you had enough people that were
maybe
consistent?
if we have enough people, I could probably run because we usually try to keep it tight, first group and that. So the only reason we're running 2 subs is because one of our members might be working that day. So, we couldn't get that. And then we have a prospect as well as right now. So,
Yeah, we used to do that in paintball. We used to have main team 1 and team 2, but to keep the cohesion, we wouldn't half the team, mix them in and out. No way. In practice, we might have 2 of the guys that we feel are the closest to making to kind of filter in during practices. But unless there was the guy can't make the Vegas tournament and whatnot, then we know one guy at least he's got the reps and he can fill in on the first team, but the core is still solid.
Yeah.
And then also it builds cohesion with the second team as well, right?
exactly.
Right now we have 6 players and 1 prospect, or trying out a prospect, and we're trying to have a full roster of 10 people, maybe 11 for subs, and it's just hard to find players right now.
So that's a good question to tie in on the question I said. So how can for Legacy, if there's people listening, right?
Yeah.
How can they reach out to you guys and I want to try out for your team? How can I go about this? How can I contact you guys to get that ball rolling?
Just text our team page and say you want to prospect or try out.
What's your team page?
Legacy Airsoft.
Okay.
And we're not gonna deny nobody. We'll try you out. If we like you, we'll prospect you and probably put you on our team. But just people are saying, "Oh, who wants a prospect?" But we want you guys to text us, and we're really picky on who we want.
Sure, of course. You should be, right?
We don't want nobody who cheats or anything like that. We want clean records.
Absolutely. What about, let's pass that around. So how can people out there get a hold of you guys as far as if they want a prospect or?
I want to sound like a devil. The way we usually do it is we have players that play at HSP here. Some strangers stay there, or some just play here. So the way we usually do it, and this has been since I started playing there, we'll look at players, and if we feel that you might be a good fit, you're a public player, you keep on playing with us. Not that you're asking us, or we're just looking at you. If we see that there's potential there, you don't have to be the best, but at the same time you have to have some certain talent to be able to.
So you guys have your
compete.
eyes out. You're looking.
Most
actively.
of Black Sheep members are either HSP employees or Tax City employees. So we're out there reffing. So we're looking at who's calling their hits, who's not calling their hits, and that's how we've been picking up some of our players. Most of our SpeedQB guys are young guys that when I was still working here, I kept an eye that they'll ask me, "Oh, what should I do here? What should I do this?" And that's how I kind of got.
So are you
into
guys at the SpeedQB Sundays? Are you looking at those days as well, looking for individual? guys
players that don't have teams and stuff like that. We
Okay.
sometimes look around, and it doesn't just have to be SpeedQB players. We sometimes pick up Milsim players to represent us in Milsim events and stuff
Okay.
like that as well. So that's the way we usually do it. We usually keep an eye. If we feel like you might be someone that could fit with the group, we'll prospect you. We'll ask you if you would like to prospect for us. If they say yes, and that's when the prospect period starts, and it could go from
Kind of like baseball scouts, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I come from football coaching. I used to coach football for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I played football, So that's the way we usually do it. We kind of go out there like if we're recruiting. We're trying to see who's gonna be able to compete, and
Right.
that's how we usually do it, and
Okay.
that's how we start the prospect periods. Yeah.
What about Union?
Yeah, we pretty much do the same thing that Black Sheep does. We have the people that do play often on the public days, and they'll just be around looking for people who we think that could mesh well with us. There has to be kind of like that initial.
Do you ever have people
feel
reach
for them.
out to you guys?
Yeah, of course.
How
On
can they
our
reach out to you?
our Instagram page, union.airsoft. If you guys are really interested, shoot us a message. But mainly, we just got to see that
Could be a
there's
tryout,
that
right?
potential. Yeah.
I mean,
So before, yeah, exactly.
yeah, nobody
I
gets.
was gonna
Everybody
make
doesn't
it.
get a participation trophy,
That's
right?
something that because nowadays you show up and you get a trophy. It's like
Hmm.
right.
It's not how it works here. That's
Yeah.
not how it works here at all. You got to work for that belt, and there's only
Exactly.
one. That's it.
I've had prospects that I've told them congratulations, you're part of the team, and I've had prospects I'm like, sorry, you're not gonna cut it. So,
Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
You're strong as your weakest link, and you don't want to add weak
Yep.
links.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. All right.
So with we're getting close on time. We got about 10 minutes left. And is there stuff that you guys want to kind of share tip wise, stuff for people looking into getting into airsoft or speed QB in general?
Yeah, just grab a bunch of friends who would want to try the sport out if you've never been before, and just go out and play. For Speed QB, just go out and try it. That's all I can really say. Don't be afraid, because you're gonna get shot either way. But a lot of times people are just afraid to play Speed QB just because they're scared to get shot up front. But you just gotta get over the mental barrier or the fear and just go out and do it, and you'll realize it's a hella fun game.
September 30th, right? Next
September 30th is our next practice day.
Good opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he said, if you want to get into the sport, you have to come out, try it out. You don't have to have the best equipment. I had a couple Springer guns, pistols. That's what I used to mess around at home with.
Springer shotguns are some of the
So-
funnest things you can play with out there.
It doesn't have to be the top of the line $1,000 gun. You can start off with a cheap little gun, get into it, see if you're gonna like it, and then once you figure out you're gonna like it, you have Tax City. You can buy your own guns here. Great packages, by the way. If anybody buys some, mention me. I want to get my.
I just gave you a water. That was it. man.
So you have guns here. Then you have great stores out there also. I'm gonna shout out
Your
Airsoft Gateway.
sponsors? You've got your
My
sponsors? That's
sponsor.
totally
You want
fine.
great deals too. You could go out there Airsoft Gateway. Just tell them Black Sheep sent you.
The thing I love, Sonny, that he puts out there is it's not about taking the bigger piece of the pie. It's about increasing the size of the pie.
itself.
The pie itself, because your slice will get bigger when that pie is a bigger thing. So it doesn't hurt to support other locals. I buy from
problem.
everywhere.
Let the player decide on their own, but I'm okay with putting a shiny line in somebody else as well.
Yeah, we love the guys over there. We love the guys at
not
most
afraid
of
of
the
that.
places out there. We work with all the local stores out here, the local fields, everywhere.
Sell the same
I mean,
product.
one of the best things is we're encouraged to go out and try other fields. We're encouraged to get out to other places and see how things are done and see what we can do better here as well. But yeah, I love the guys over at Gateway. I think I was there yesterday, and I was there almost a whole week every day picking up something from them.
Yeah, I'm always there at least once a week.
Yeah.
Filling up my tanks and spending money that I shouldn't. But
I know the
yeah,
feeling. I
yeah.
know the feeling.
Something new
I think
pops out and you're like, I need to have that.
I think we all know that feeling of oh crap, something new's in the store. When we get stuff here, it's like, oh
I
dang
gotta
it.
keep them away from it.
I know it's you guys got 2 weeks before you can buy it. Dang it, those 2 week counters.
You're like,
kinda
I
hard.
hope no one
I
buys
know,
it in 2
no
weeks.
one buy this in 2 weeks. Yeah,
Hide it.
in the corner. Yeah, no, we don't have any of those. Yeah, but any tips? Because you're pretty new to the sport as well. So what? Any new tips for people that are just trying to do what you've done? Go from one style and maybe get into the whole speed QB thing.
What are some things that you learned? Because again, since you're new, that you learned from some teammates or playing against other people that just increased your knowledge, big steps. A couple things that maybe might have increased your game.
It's definitely LTD. Oh, LTD.
You playing against them, you mean?
Yeah, LTD. Yeah, and Gabe, I talked to him a little bit, and he taught me how to peek and all that.
Oh, was this at the training session or just
No,
in
we just
general?
text,
Okay.
talk, and It's just learn from my team. When I first started off, I was like really bad. Didn't know how to peek or nothing like that. And I just played more and more, and I learned how to peek and like do everything, rush and all
Take
that.
your looks, right?
Yeah,
Especially as a big guy, right? It's a little bit harder, you know.
Yeah.
Because you
Even
have
for me,
you,
like when I'm sticking out, I'm like, am I sticking out too much shoulder, or is my love handle sticking out when I'm not paying attention, you know? So it's something that for bigger guys you gotta adapt to.
Yeah.
and that's one
Yeah.
skill that they have to learn because most guys aren't being running to the X, right? So as a big guy, you're going to be doing a lot of peeking and taking your looks, and you have to be good at it because once you go down, your front guy's all by himself, and now he's blind, right?
yeah. I play a lot of sports, so like I could run, but not that fast. So like I'm still the slowest on my team.
Well,
I'm not afraid to get
with
down.
that, it's not necessarily being. There's a difference between fast and quick, right?
Yeah.
So you can be like, I was never fast, but I was quick to get my bunkers. I was quick to get to bunker, and that's more important than fast. Yeah.
There's a lot of different techniques out there to getting it done and going through the motions with it all. But yeah, it's something you learn. It's if you don't get on the field and try it and see what doesn't work and what does work, you're never going to get any better as a player. And it sounds like from all you guys, it's that experience of being on the field and getting out there and just getting those games in, getting those reps in is the only way you're really going to get better at this sport.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to the end here. I want to make sure you guys get a little bit of shout out time. So I know we mentioned it a little earlier in the broadcast, but for someone watching, where can they learn more about Legacy?
Legacy.airsoft.
On Instagram. Instagram, okay. For Black Sheep,
Black Sheep Airsoft 15 on Instagram.
cool. And then Union.
Union Airsoft on Instagram and YouTube.
And then, guys, personal social media pages that you guys might want to shout
want.
out. Yeah, if you want, because I know you guys put up highlight videos and stuff like that, and it doesn't hurt to have people see the sport as well. But like, if you have your own site or Instagram handle you want to throw out there as well.
Yeah, you can follow me, union.thrasher. That's me.
There you go.
Follow the whole squad, actually. The more support, the better.
Yeah.
For me, it's I have multiple accounts for some reason. I don't know. I have Roydhog _55. That's my personal, and then I have my side one, Tactical Fatman
There you go.
_Fatman. You know, if you want to get some pictures of big guys playing the sport, you know, that's where you're gonna find it.
My Instagram's Legacy_baby22, and our YouTube channel is Legacy Airsoft.
There you go. Cool.
Cool,
So
guys.
definitely, I know you guys have been doing a lot of work. We appreciate you guys coming down here today, talking with us about the sport. But any last couple things to talk about, Sonny, that you've got on your mind that you
No,
want to
I mean, I hope that you guys bring your game. I mean, so come September 30th, the next practice day before the tournament, I'm going to be looking at you guys with a really close look, and let's see what you guys are working on, and
give those last-minute critiques
come-
on the broadcast that you guys
bring
can
it
watch
hard
and everything.
come October, man. Just I want to see you guys do well. You know.
Yeah, be prepared. There's a lot of stuff going on. The field's going to got some good changes coming to it right before tournament. I know Huh?
No more smaller bunkers.
Oh, we're getting even smaller. I mean, that's the thing. We're getting even smaller.
Micro bunkers. Yeah.
No, we've listened to you guys. We've made some adjustments. There's still some things that are going to be made before we get to tournament as
Lexi
well.
will not be on the tape. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Yeah, so definitely some changes for you guys. But any last things you guys want to talk about real quick before we run out of time? We got a
I just
couple.
have one quick thing. It has to do more about on the penalty wise. How is everything gonna get tracked? Because I knew there's been a few times where some people have had penalties, but it hasn't been enforced correctly.
So what's going to happen? And the tournament's different than the training day. So the training day is also training for the refs too. But there's going to the captains at the end of the set are going to sign off on the score before they walk off.
Okay, so there's
So they'll know, just like in paintball. So they'll know if they'll know the score before the captains are going to know the score and sign off on the sheet before they walk off.
So for example, let's say I bunker him and I hit the because that's one of the rules, right? That we can't hit.
Yeah.
I hit him on one set, and then on the second, like another game, I hit another person. Would I be done for that set? You kind of get
No, that those aren't considered major. Major would get you off the field.
Okay, so
Minors are points. Majors.
so those would be
Now, if
points.
you're making contact, like
Okay.
physical harm contact, not accidental and whatnot,
Okay.
that's a different
Yeah, so there's gonna be a track of this guy
Points.
did this penalty, and like kind of like
Sure.
after a certain amount of penalties, like.
Well, we haven't got that far yet. As far as like, if say they keep hitting the bunkers every single game, I think at this point we're just gonna keep taking away points because that still hurts them.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Are you more in reference of like the no call kind of situation where it's
no calls? Like,
well, no calls will get well,
on
yeah.
Let's say on the shooting game, like there's no call, and then
Well, that's different. That's a whole different level.
And then another game, that same person gets a no call. Is he done?
Yes.
Officially, and is the team running with a 4-man team, or are they going to be
Yes.
running with a 5-man team?
So once a guy's kicked out, they're one guy down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if they have subs to put in,
but
they
there's
can't.
going to be a way that, like, let's say, like, I'm keeping track on the side. Like,
Sure.
Hey, this guy's not.
It'll be
is there
public
a way-
knowledge.
Okay,
Whoever's
cool.
yeah.
It's like that-
That'll help out, like, we know
that yellow card and that second yellow card, there's your double red, you're out kind of thing from that soccer, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like taking players out when they get hit?
Well, we did that originally, but just like the paintball, but it created too much chaos with the rest of the players on the field. Because we tried that. Problem is because the game, it's not like paintball where you have a lot more time where you're only dealing with 4 minutes at the most. Taking a guy out and I mean it disrupts things because the game happens so fast. Because literally, you take a guy out and it's not going to be. It doesn't happen like you would think it would happen, where you take a guy out and he just walks off and no harm, no foul, and he's out of the way. No, it's always like, well, what the hell happened? Or what? So he lingers. Next thing you have the referee and a dead player standing in the middle of the field while people are trying to get around them, or they get shot at, or it just creates too much chaos. Yeah. So that's why we decided to go with when we see a no call, we're going to implement that after that particular game, right? Mm-hmm. And so what it also does, just like we were talking earlier, guys don't know, like, hey, I'm not sure if I got hit, I'm going to call myself out. So I'd rather go that direction with guys maybe calling themselves out because they're not sure, as opposed to guys playing on and waiting for the refs to pull me out, because that's what happens in paintball. Well, I'm going to keep playing until the refs pull me out, because unfortunately it's the refs' job to pull me out. Yeah. We're not doing that, right? Because that's kind of BS, to be honest with you.
For like recording, and like say if the BB hits our gun, like the refs say we get a no call, could we like review the footage and like change it, possibly?
Well, yes and no. We haven't gone that route as of now. We're going to say no. Reason being is because you can get into footage. I'll give you the NFL or professional sports would have millions of dollars for that kind of stuff, and it's still not black and white, right? I'm not saying every single video is going to be like that, but I have to go one way or other. Either we look at any footage that can come across, or no footage. And I think sometimes looking at footage could even make things worse. That's just my opinion.
At this point in the tournament and game and everything right now, it makes it a little easier to push through the tournament without having to go.
Not to mention,
over.
I've seen videos where guys will show me, look, here's a no call, and I'm looking at it, and I don't see it. I mean, it's typical. You see a guy flinch. See, look, he get hit. Did you see a BB hit him?
Yeah, we all like kind of do this dodge to like get
So
behind a bunker,
videos
so
have
it's
some
not always a
weaknesses as
flinch,
well.
right?
Just like on the professional level, right? So
Yeah.
There's probably times where it would help. It'd be great. It's clear cut, but I can't go like, well, sometimes we'll go to it, and sometimes we won't. Yeah. I'm trying to just like, what, for now at least, I'm just not gonna look at any video. And hey, if we messed up that call, we'll live with it. But we're gonna for the most part, we're gonna. I tell my refs, are you positive he got hit and played on, right? If they hesitate, then we don't call it. That's the best I can tell you.
So we need tracers.
I've been a proponent for that, but until we can get it where almost every gun option out there can put a tracer unit on it, I can't really force it. Yeah. But I would love that. I really would.
And then I'm thinking of getting a tracer because of those.
So individually, I would strongly suggest if you can do it on your gun or whatever you're running, I would absolutely. It would make our job a lot easier.
Was there any last things you wanted to mention there before we cut off here on the broadcast?
I just hope that there's a good amount of refs to really have eyes on the field.
Yeah.
We'll probably have about 6 on the field.
6 on the field.
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
2 middle, 2 back, 2 back.
Yeah. It's kind of. Well, I think we had 6 last tournament as well.
Yeah, tournament.
Right?
We
Yeah.
we kind of
During-
skeleton crew during the training days because it's training. But at the same time, when it really matters, we'll have a lot more.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us here for Tech City Live episode 92 Speed QB Roundtable edition. We've got Speed Table, Union, Black Sheep, and Legacy representing today. Next week we'll have a couple other teams in there. But thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you guys over there for watching us as well, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.